Feel like love for the first time. See your girl, man, get the right vibe.
Get ready to have the conversation in the room today. Need to head on over to Facebook. All the other social media handles, Power95. Guests already in studios. A lot of information coming your way, things you may not have known about. So you need to get yourselves ready for that. Must say thank you to St. Augustine Medical Services. Also must say thank you to Lance Store, Western Union and Beacon Insurance for ensuring the room happens today. Yes.
Step out of my dreams to the real life.
I'm your host, Kenron. We're gonna
know you feel like
take you on that information journey
come closer to me, let the stars
for the next few minutes, okay?
In the middle of the night, you bring the sunshine. Miss Lady, she have a pot on the fire, burn a flame when she cooking. Yeah. She have a government name, but I call she good looking. Oh. And she look innocent, but she know what she doing. Oh. It's not the pot on the fire, but the seasoning she put in. She have me body, kaya, kaya, kaya. Good Lord, Miss Lady, kaya, kaya, kaya. You drive me crazy, kaya, kaya, kaya. Good Lord, Miss Lady, you drive me crazy.
Remember, if you want to get your questions in, you could always send your questions in the comment sections. We're definitely going to try to incorporate whatever you need to know, whatever you want to know.
Government name, but I call she good looking. And she look innocent, but she know what she doing. It's not the pot on the fire, but the seasoning she put in. She have me body kaya.
With no further ado, gonna introduce to you the guest in the room today. Saying good morning to a lovely young lady, Miss Renee Moses. Good morning. She is the head of the Diasporic Affairs, and we're talking about the Investment Migration Agency Grenada. I want to say a pleasant good morning to you. Thank you for taking the time to head on over to Power 95 today to speak about some important matters. How are you feeling today?
Hi, good morning. Thanks so much for having me. I'm great. How are you?
I feel very well rested. I don't know if you could say the same.
Yeah, I'm rested.
And you feel good.
Oh yes, glad to be alive. Thanking God every day.
Now we're talking about the activities that are going to be happening. We know that there are, from the time it rolls out to the end, it's going to be a really packed event. Now, for persons hearing about the position for the first time, how would you describe the purpose and importance of the Diasporic Affairs within the IMA Grenada?
All right, so just to clarify, the Diaspora Affairs Office in IMA is different to the Grenada Diasporic Affairs Office.
Nice.
So the Ambassador Terence Forrester, they have their own office. This office here, the function of the Diaspora Affairs Office in IMA Grenada is specifically to engage and communicate with our global citizens,
Right.
particularly those who gain citizenship through investment.
Okay.
So it ensures that their citizenship moves from a transaction and becomes something more meaningful and connected to Grenada.
Right.
The importance lies in us developing a structured way to communicate with them, engage with them, to ensure that they become involved in Grenada's growth and development.
Right. Now, your career has spanned within the tourism industry. For the folks that don't know you, you have also been involved in international marketing, that's a fact. And you also love business development across multiple global markets. That's you, that's Renee Moses. Now, how do you see these experiences from the things that you love, from the things that you've been involved in? How do you see these experiences shaping the approach in the new role within IMA?
So my career has always been rooted in connected persons, markets,
Right.
and opportunities.
Right.
So whether it's tourism, whether it's business development or marketing, it's always been rooted in building relationships.
Right.
And basically in this role, I'm taking the same approach, but in a more targeted way. It's going to be strategic and ensuring that we have consistent communication with our CBI citizens to ensure that they're part of Grenada's journey to development.
Now, Grenada has a large, influential diaspora. That's a known fact. Grenada also has a very large community worldwide. There are Grenadians in the UK, there are Grenadians in the US, and by extension, all over the world. If you go to the UAE, you go to all different sections of this wider world, there are Grenadians there. What are some of your priorities with this portfolio that you think would strengthen the relationships with the folks in the diaspora and by extension the wider world?
So the diaspora are a very important group of persons.
Right.
They are basically ambassadors to Grenada, and they represent us on the global stage, on the worldwide stage. They also help us to get into rooms that our traditional diaspora or even our homegrown Grenadians ourselves would not have necessarily been able to get into.
Right.
They also have a wealth of knowledge that we traditionally don't have access to, exposure to,
Right.
in terms of a skill set or just traditional, for example, educational fields that we will go into. So they have a lot of knowledge that we won't have. And what we want to do is ensure that their resources benefit Grenada's development. The government has some key pillars of development that that we are focusing on. For instance, ICT, healthcare,
Right.
tourism, agribusiness, and agriculture. So a lot of these persons within the CBI diaspora have access to information that we might not have.
Right.
They also have a wealth of knowledge and skill set
Right.
and expertise, a
Right.
diverse range of expertise that traditionally we may not have.
Right.
And what we want to do is build a community of these diaspora, this group of diaspora, so that they feel comfortable,
Right.
they feel connected to Grenada, they feel a sense of belonging. So, we have a saying, for the love of country.
Right.
We want these persons who have gained citizenship to our beautiful islands to come back to Grenada and share their knowledge, share their resources, so that we can, lift up our youth, lift up anybody who's interested in improving their skill sets and just, getting forward in life. Because I always tell persons, it's always great to go out and learn and get a different exposure. So you have new perspective on life. So these people coming here and really being part of the Grenadian society is
Right.
going to be a great benefit to us.
Now, answering this question, you alluded to the importance of ITC. You also alluded to the importance of healthcare and many other things that is necessary and needed in Grenada right now as we try to develop our country and move from strength to strength and become a better and more prosperous nation. Now, how important do you think is the Grenadian diaspora to our country's long-term development and international presence?
So, like I mentioned, they are extremely important.
Right.
Our traditional diaspora, we call our CBI diaspora a new diaspora group for
Right.
Grenada.
Right.
All diaspora is important for Grenada because they have a different perspective. They have access to different lines of fields of expertise that we might not have.
Right.
And they can represent us on a global stage and get us into rooms that we might not have been able to access before.
Right.
They're basically our ambassadors worldwide. So we have a wider reach as opposed to just being here in the Caribbean or just in the Western Hemisphere.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Now, many members of the diaspora may want to contribute to Grenada, but they might not know how. Now, in your new portfolio, how do you intend to bridge that gap and giving the folks who may be able, wealthy enough, to contribute financially to our Grenadian society, contribute to our GDP? How do you intend to bridge that gap and pass on that information so it becomes really easy for them?
Right. So this is the whole purpose of the establishment of this office.
Right.
It's to get persons to come to Grenada and really share their knowledge.
Right.
We're going to give them opportunities for more investment. It may be through investment, maybe through philanthropy.
Right. Right.
It may be through mentoring. We have a lot of entrepreneurs who can come and they could do workshops with young entrepreneurs and how to be successful and profitable. We have persons in the medical profession who have specialized expertise and training in some of the fields of medicine that may not be really established here in Grenada.
Right.
We have a lot of work to do with our healthcare, and we already have seen a lot of interest from persons in the CBI citizenship community who want to come back and give back to Grenada, who want to start teaching. And it doesn't have to be only teaching. They can direct our leaders to different groups worldwide.
Right.
Who have the expertise and the resources to come and teach our doctors, teach our nurses.
Right.
CBI is all about the development of Grenada.
Right.
Through the program, we've had health centers built around the country, Grenada as well as Carriacou. So it's about being able to access better equipment, better training for doctors and nurses. So it's a variety of resources that they bring. They have a range of knowledge and skill set that we might not have traditionally. So it's all about ensuring that they are engaged consistently, ensuring that we communicate exactly what it is we want from them and how it can be a mutually beneficial relationship between us and them.
Yes.
And then we'll go from there, building the relationship.
Now, in a little bit, we're going to segue away from this line of questioning. I like to ask the hard questions.
Okay.
but just before we go to that, we're going to stay positive. What success?
CBI is always positive for the national development of Grenada.
What do you think success would look like in your role for the next couple of years?
So success for the Diaspora Affairs Office in IME would look like having a diaspora committee that is actively engaged, that are connected to Grenada,
right,
and that are contributing to Grenada in meaningful ways,
right,
and ensuring that we have structures and processes in place to make our engagement with them seamless and sustainable. It's basically making sure that our CBI community feels seen, they feel connected, and they are willing and able and want to be part of Grenada's growth and development for the long term.
Now, nothing good comes easy. This initiative is a good one, but so far, what are some of the challenges that you have been facing as an office, and also forthcoming? What do you think some of the challenges, knowing what you're trying to achieve? You just spoke about what you think success would look like. What do you think right now are the challenges and some of the challenges you may experience as you try to bring this together and ensure that it's successful?
Well, firstly, let me just say that this is the first time that IME Grenada will be engaging with the persons who have gained citizenship on this level.
Right.
So we're building it up from scratch in terms of how we're going to communicate with them, the level of communication, how we're going to engage with them. So first of all, we have to communicate that to them.
Right.
We have to ensure them that this is going to be a mutually beneficial relationship.
Right.
We have to ensure them that their interests will be heard. And we also, for us here in Grenada, want to ensure that this is not a negative thing.
Right.
This is a positive initiative.
Right.
We're all Grenadians. We could be a Grenadian from marriage. You could be a Grenadian once you get your residency, and then after a couple of years, you get citizenship. So everybody is Grenadian once you get your citizenship. So it's all about getting them to a point where they feel connected to Grenada.
Right.
So we're also going to try to get them to come back to Grenada. On another note, the program will soon be having a residency requirement where persons who get new citizenship have to come to Grenada for 30 days within the 5 years of gaining citizenship. So I will be communicating that to our citizens.
I think we need to reiterate that point because that is very important information. I don't think it's enshrined as yet that.
Yes, well, this is a new initiative.
Right.
It's going to be for all the Caribbean countries who are in the CBI industry.
Right.
So it's going to be coming up soon, and they have to come to Grenada for 30 days within the first 5 years of getting citizenship.
Right.
So I'll be communicating that to our citizenship community. And once they get here, we're going to first ensure that they come here. And secondly, we're going to ensure that they have educational course, curated experiences.
Right.
So they don't just have a passport, they don't just have citizenship, but they are Grenadian. So we're going to have, some fun facts about Grenada. We're going to take them around around the country, and just ensure that they learn the basics. Right? And so that would, one, give them a sense of belonging, and two, really show our homegrown and traditional diaspora that these persons are not coming to take, but they're coming to be a part of our Grenadian society and give back and engage with us.
Right.
So that's some of the challenges that I see, and just ensuring that persons understand the positive impact that this will have. Diaspora is always good. Even our traditional homegrown diaspora, first generation, second generation, etc. In the States, in the UK, etc. They all have some sort of expertise or perspectives that are different to us, and sharing of knowledge is always best.
Now, your portfolio speaks for itself. You have a wide array of, experiences in this role. But at the same time, this is new. Yes. This is something new to Grenada. It is something that we're trying to incorporate now and ensure that it succeeds. With everything new, we spoke about the challenges. How do you every day wake up, be motivated, energize yourself and say, okay, this is a difficult situation. This is something that is new. There are going to be challenges that you spoke to. How do you motivate yourself to say, okay, I need to get over this hurdle and we need to make this work? What inspires Renee Moses to make sure that this succeeds?
Well, as you may know, my background is marketing,
right?
Specifically in tourism and hospitality, and promoting Grenada as a destination, as a tourism destination, is somewhat different than promoting it as an investment destination.
Right.
But it's all for the same goal.
Right. National
development, and as I mentioned before, love of country.
Right.
I love my country. You love your country?
We do.
You're entertaining people
Most
every day?
Definitely we do.
Right, exactly. And Independence Day, we have on our ice cream and go.
Yes.
So that's what motivates me, because this initiative that we've just taken on, the establishment of this office, is really, we have so many of these persons out there in the world, in the wider world, and a lot of them we get, I've been getting some responses from persons, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, yes, we've been wanting to come, but we just didn't know what to do, where to go, how to, establish ourselves."
Right.
And I'm like, perfect. This is exactly what I am here for.
Right.
I'm here to show you how you can come buy land, buy a house.
Right.
If you want to set up a business, I'm gonna walk you through it, and all of that trickles down to our GDP, our national development, and some of them, they're like, we want to go to the homes, we want to, go teach, I am an entrepreneur, I am an engineer, I want to have a workshop course, with young women and men who want to become, so and so. So this is what motivates me. Yes, it's a challenging industry, but it's all for the betterment and strengthening of Grenada's economy.
Nice. Now, as we get ready to wrap it up, earlier on you spoke about the persons needing to come to Grenada, be here for 30 days.
Yes.
I would like to assume, correct me if I'm wrong, that this development came from diplomatic pressures. Now, So I'm right. Now, going forward, we know that in the wider world, we have a lot of different diplomatic things happening. We have pressures that, as a small country, we would be getting. How do you see the diplomatic relations influencing your office and the way you guys are able to execute the goals and mantras that you would want to see happen?
Say it again
So,
one more
for
time.
example, diplomatic pressures, how bound down do you think you would have to work with the international bodies to ensure that you could still see success inside the diaspora office?
Okay, yes. So, just backing up a little bit, the CBI industry is a very heavily monitored and regulated industry.
Right.
Grenada's program is one of the top rated programs worldwide,
Right.
not regionally, not Caribbean, only worldwide. We have one of the highest rankings in terms of transparency, in terms of showing where the money is going, how much money, etc., etc.
Right.
So this new initiative requirement is, yes, in relation to some of our international diplomatic, getting some heat there,
Yes.
but it's all for the betterment of the program.
Yes.
And this is actually something that has been, considered in the past. And now it's going to be an entire Caribbean regional regulation that's going to be connected. So all the Caribbean countries are going to have this residency requirement.
Right.
And it's just basically to ensure that persons see that the program is not just a transactional one. It's a program that is for the betterment of the host country, so in our case, Grenada, and that we want those persons who are investing in Grenada financially to come back to Grenada and invest in other ways. May it be through the transfer of knowledge, may it be through mentorship, may it be through philanthropy, etc. So this is also going to strengthen our CBI program.
Right.
So Grenada's program already at the top. It's going to go even higher with this new requirement.
Now, we're closing it up right now. I want to just incorporate one of the questions from the viewers online. And they're saying, good day. While we see the benefits of the CBI, are we or will we ever entertain capping the program? If a quarter of the population is now via CBI, when will we say, okay, we have enough investors?
So I don't want to talk too much on this because my office is more post-approval
Understood.
of
Understood.
CBI
Understood.
on the program. But what I will say is there has recently been, you remember we were just talking about the new residency requirement?
The residency requirement, yes.
That is off of the new regulatory authority that is being established within the Caribbean countries. Grenada, St. Kitts, Dominica, Antigua, and St. Lucia. So there's going to be a new regulatory authority being established very soon. It was meant to be in July, but I think they're pushing it back to September because they haven't gotten the commissioners yet.
Right.
So that is now from the EASTERA, the Eastern Caribbean CBI Regulatory Authority. And there's actually a clause in there that will be capping annually the amount of applications that get approved. So I don't know if that person has some insight.
Probably that's why they asked the question.
As we mentioned earlier, it's all about ensuring that the program is not just seen as a transactional one, but one that is really for the benefit of the host country. So yes, there will be some sort of capping at some point, but I'll leave it to the CEO and our marketing officer, who are more in depth on that side, to come back to you guys and talk about when it's actually in play and in place.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Wrapping it up right now, I want you to leave the listening audience, the viewing public, with whatever information you think may be necessary for them to know as we roll out this new office, as we try to ensure that this becomes successful. Any words?
With the IMA Grenada and the CBI program here in Grenada, it's all about the betterment of Grenada and the national development. It's for our people, it's for our communities, you know, it's for our processes. And my Diaspora Affairs Office is really about getting all the resources out that we have out in the wider world back to Grenada.
Right.
So that's my job. I'm going to be engaging with them, communicating with them, trying to get them back here. A lot of them want to give back. It's just to find out what their interests are and how we can align them with Grenada's long-term goals. And that is our aim and our mandate and our purpose.
Sounds good. I want to say thank you. Passing through the studio, indeed, it was an interesting conversation. Information right here that a lot of people do not know, as we say.
Yes.
This is new.
Very new.
Very, very new.
Yes.
Guys, we are, or I should say we were, speaking to Miss Renee Moses. She is the head of the Diasporic Affairs with the Investment Migration Agency Grenada. It is something that you are going to be continue hearing about on Power 95 as we try to ensure that, you know, everything looks and feels good, Renee.
Yes.
Thank you for passing through.
Thank you very much.
It was
my
a pleasure
pleasure.
having this discussion today. Guys, want to say thank you for joining us in the room today. I want to say thank you to St. Augustine Medical Services, Land Store, Western Union, and also Beacon Insurance. You could catch us here tomorrow for another one. We're going to continue having some interesting conversations. Until next time, we say for now, bye-bye.